Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Wis bin Azhan. My metric number 1231890. So let me introduce this book. The title of book is Religion, Dialogue, Peaceful Coexistence. Director is Azizan Bahruddin and Ani Zahura Abdul Aziz. The publisher of this book is Ikim Press, and this book was published 2018. This book have 90 pages and 20 chapters. Okay, now I want present my presentation. The chapter 1, Religion and Sustainable Development. Firstly, morality is behavior that puts ethical principles into practice. Ethical values are the result of religion studies and theology and are today's key components of sustainable development. Secondly, living in at the wonder of existence, thankfulness for the giftness of life, and humility about our place in the natural world all contribute to strengthening the human spirit of solidarity and kinship with all life. Thirdly, Islam is also described as a total way of life or diri. The idea of deen suggests that there is a debt owed by humanity to their creator in the framework of sustainable development. After that, according to S.N. Al-Attas, who clarified the nature of this debt of creation and existence, man is completely dependent on the universe for his very existence after being formed. Man actually has nothing of his own. All that is in him, from him, and about him is a gift from the Creator. In conclusion, individuals give their life to God in order to carry out all of His command and decrees, which are understandable via an examination of nature of and life itself, and the thereafter perform their role as guardians of nature in order to preserve balance, harmony, and sustainability in life. This is how religion and sustainable development are related. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name Muhammad Zaidan Irfan bin Zaidi, metric number 1233276. Today I would like to talk about the important role of interfaith dialogue in promoting unity and harmony among people of different religious backgrounds. Firstly, the idea of dialogue among religious group was first proposed by Iran under the framework of the United Nations. This initiative marks a significant step toward fostering understanding and cooperation at the international level. Secondly, at the community level, religion plays a vital role in building solidarity. It helps people understand one another and realize what it means to be truly human, to live with compassion, empathy, and mutual respect. Thirdly, from an Islamic perspective, the Quran values dialogue. Highly, it will discuss not just a method of communication, but as a religious duty and a continuous goal. The Quran urges us to plead and argue in a manner that is cordial and respectful. This message is clearly highlighted in Surah An-Nahl, verse 25. 4. The main purpose of interfaith dialogue is the counter division, especially the kind that spread distrust, and misunderstanding between people of different faith. Engaging in the dialogue reminds us of our shared responsibility. We are connected not only by common interests, but more importantly by our duty to love the character and to respect our neighbor regardless of their religion. Lastly, in conclusion, interfaith dialogue plays a critical role in promoting peace and unity. It creates a platform to discuss the challenges of life, and it helps us to find solutions based on shared values that ultimately benefit the common good of all humanity. Chapter 3, Value Science and Civilizational Dialogue. Chapter 3, which focus on the deep connection between values, science, and civilizational dialogue. Let us begin with the history of civilization and values. Throughout history, every civilization has reflected its core values through various culture activities. These values are not just abstract ideas, they are deeply integrated into how societies live, think, and progress. When we examine great civilizations such as the Chinese civilization and the Islamic civilization, we find that moral and ethical values were never separate from the pursuit of scientific knowledge. Now, now let's look at the Chinese civilization. In this civilization, the philosophy of Confucianism plays a central role. The Confucianism worldview places great emphasis on human relationship and moral principle. Two of the key values promote are Zen, which means humanity, and Tao, which refers to harmony. These values guide not only personal conduct but also how knowledge is used for the benefit of society. Moving on the Islamic civilization. In Islam, science is never separate from ethics and values. A good example is the work of the famous Muslim scientist Ibn al-Haytham. He believed that the pursuit of knowledge must lead to moral and spiritual perfection. His scientific research was always guided by the understanding of the Quran and Hadith, and he emphasized the importance of avoiding evil thoughts and actions. In other words, knowledge must serve goodness. Next, we come to the concept of dialogue between civilization. One the great lesson we learn from the history of science in the importance of dialogue and collaboration between different civilizations and religions. Science progress has often come through the exchange of ideas across culture. To make this possible today, we need culture like literacy, the ability to understand, appreciate, and each other. Uh, Spiritual and cultural tradition. This kind of dialogue is essential to solving global problems that affect all of us. In conclusion, Chapter 3 reminds us that science, values, and civilization are deeply connected to build a better future. We must continue to foster respectful dialogue grounded in both knowledge and moral value. Thank you.
Chapter 4 discusses the concept of meta-narrative, which refers to a comprehensive explanation of history, experience, and knowledge that guides society toward realizing key ideals. In Islam, this means the implementation of Sharia in all aspects of life based on the Quran and Sunnah. Meta-narrative provide a foundational framework for rational decision making and coherent way of life. Therefore, interfaith and intercivilizational dialogue is essential to achieve shared universal values. The main goal is to help the younger generation rediscover their meta-narrative for the common good. Chapter 5 highlights the importance of starting interfaith and cultural dialogue early. Even if it takes courage, the culture of Hajj Dorani villages shows Malaysia's uniqueness through traditional ways of life. Programs that allow participants to ask sensitive questions about religion, helping build understanding. Islam supports cultural exchange to promote harmony. Cultural literacy helps reduce ignorance in sensitive topics and can even lead to new innovations. IKIM serves as a platform for Malaysians to share culture for peaceful coexistence. Chapter 6 highlights how interreligious forums promote peace and understanding without pushing any religion. Islam supports this by prioritizing the well-being of future generations in line with Maqasid Sharia. The idea of sustainable development covers culture, environment, and socio-economics, especially helping the poor and war victims. Religious leaders also stress the need to protect the environment as pollution threatens biodiversity. Malaysia alone holds 60% of the world's species, with around 50,000 species lost yearly due to environmental damage.
Let's move to Chapter 7. Chapter 7 is about moving beyond tolerance for lasting peace. First point is World Tolerance Day. World Tolerance Day is celebrated on November 16 to acknowledge and celebrate diversity among people, promoting peaceful coexistence of conflicting views. Second point is importance of tolerance. Importance of tolerance essential for social peace and stability, but not only solution for peaceful coexistence in pluralistic societies. Third, beyond tolerance. Beyond tolerance can imply a superior-inferior relationship. Moving beyond tolerance involves acceptance and respect. Fourth point is Islamic perspective. Islam promotes mutual understanding, tolerance, respect, and justice. Justice is essential for peace and harmony. Fifth point is justice in Islam. Quran emphasizes justice and fair dealing as fundamental to peace, applicable to all groups. Last point, unity in diversity. In multiracial and multi-religious societies like Malaysia, effort to understand each other can foster tolerance, acceptance, and respect, leading to harmonious and united communities. Let's move to Chapter 8. Chapter 8 is about civil society and nation building. First point is collaborative nation building. The success of a nation is achieved through the collaborative effort of various actors, including the government and civil society organizations. Second, nation building process. Nation building involves creating a national identity and unifying people to maintain political, economic, and social stability. This is particularly challenging in a diverse nation like Malaysia. Third, strategic alliances. Achieving nation building goals requires strategic alliances and evolving consensus between the government and CSO, despite occasional clash of idea and expectation. The next point is collective contribution. The success of nation building is collective effort involving both government initiative and contribution of the general populace. Last point, analogy of construction. Building a nation takes years of effort, but it can be quickly undone by responsible nation action. Quickly undone by irresponsible action, emphasizing the need for ongoing commitment to nation building. Let's move to Chapter 9. Chapter 9 is about enhancing the effort of unity, emphasize the importance of unity to ensure economic prosperity, strength of political remain, and social stability. Fostering unity is crucial and must be continuous. Threats and challenges regarding unity can come in many forms, either external or internal. Best approach to promote harmonious relationship is accepting and recognizing the difference that exists in a unique society. Lack of sincerity among certain quarters of society is the problem that hinders harmony and unity. Starting with sincerity from their heart and mind for unity to work. The right formula of unity is spirit of respect, togetherness, and mutual understanding. Continuous dialogue and discussion is one of a platform for engagement with all different ethics.
Chapter 20 Ridiculing others is not a good idea. Firstly, situations about Muslims are always ridiculed for anything to do with their belief and way of life. Secondly, rejection of what is ridiculous comes from a natural rejection of what is irrational. Next, in the ways due to their personal experience in history, religion is seen as an oppressor of reason and freedom, while secularization has been applauded as solution. Next, their past experience led them to believe that Muslims have also been suffering the same fate. They must apply the same solution to Islam. Next, ridiculing the Prophet is similar to undermining the Muslims' understanding of humanity because the Prophet ﷺ to them is most excellent human being, dearer to them than their parents or own self. Next, the Prophet does not allow Muslim ridiculing what's sacred to others. Lastly, if we want to coexist peacefully, we should not ridiculing others. Methodology used by the author. Book on religion, dialogue, and peaceful coexistence often use methodologies like literature reviews of theoretical frameworks, case study for detailed example, and qualitative research with interviews and focus group. They also employ quantitative survey, ethnographic participant observation, interdisciplinary approach from sociology and political science, theological analysis of text, practical program evaluation, and narrative analysis of personal stories to understand and illustrate the dynamic of interfaith dialogue and peace building. Comment on this book. As a student, we see the book Religion, Dialogue, Peaceful Coexistence as an eye-opening work that highlights the importance of interfaith understanding in building a harmonized society. In today's world, which is full of tension and misunderstanding between religious communities, this book provides a clear and balanced guide on how dialogue can serve as a bridge to mutual understanding, not hostility. This book has encouraged me to be more open to engaging in dialogue with friends from other religions and culture. It taught me that with knowledge and an open mind, we can overcome prejudice and build strong relationships.
Okay, the last one in conclusion, based on the results of the reading we have done of the book entitled Religion, Dialogue, Peaceful Coexistence, provides many benefits and a wide understanding in conducting dialogue about different religions and culture between one race. Therefore, we should increase the dialogue with people who have different understanding to exchange opinion and knowledge. Thank you, Doctor.